Your attention, everyone. Having won all her games thus far in the tournament, Kuramizel awaits her next opponent. Is there anyone left who is up to the challenge?
Sora, wait! You can't be serious! You're gonna crash the coronation?
Hey, I just scored a new life in this world. I can't lose my place to live that quickly.
Yeah, but...
Now then, I think it's time for me to become king and take back our lost territory!
If there are no other challengers, I shall proceed with the former king's final wish and crown Kuramizel as our new ruler. Should anyone wish to protest, speak now.
Objection! You heard me. Objection!
So, are you saying that you request to be her next challenger?
Yup.
Despite your loss, you're still desperate enough to win that you're sending your butler after me? In case you hadn't noticed, little princess, this isn't a playground.
Yeah, and it's not the place to hand over the throne to some con artist either. Especially one who's getting help from another country. Well, Shira?
There's one.
Anyone else hiding their ears?
Nope.
That strange device. They used it before. And just what do you mean by that?
Oh, come on now. Let's say, for example, if the crown was given to someone in cahoots with the elves, Elkia would be pretty much screwed, right, guys?
Elves? What exactly is the meaning of this?
So what? Is this your pathetic attempt at accusing me of cheating?
Calm down. I clearly said, for example. Or maybe it actually rings a bell for you, huh?
Fine then. Since you've made your objection, I suppose I'll have to humor you with a game. Is that what you want?
Yay! Thanks, madam. I'd really appreciate that. One thing. If we're playing poker again, maybe this time, you should ask your friend to leave.
I'm sorry to have to do this, but...
There's nothing else going on! So these two witches were working together? Nothing to say? The pretty swindler's gonna abandon her partner in crime? How cruel.
I get it. So you've teamed up with some random elf to try to make me out to be an enemy of humanity? Is that it?
Pretty good deflection, I must admit.
Perhaps it's best you left. Elves have no place here. There. You satisfied? Ready to play now?
Sure am.
As you're likely aware, as stated by the pledges, I get to decide the game. But no need to worry. I'll choose a game where cheating is impossible.
Pledge number 5. The challenged party has the right to decide the content of the game, huh? Dang. No poker this time? Well, since I'm such a nice guy, I won't bother asking about your reasons. Say cheese! Wow, you're not really photogenic. If you smiled once in a while, you'd be a lot cuter.
We'll hold the game in another venue. I'll call for you once it's prepared.
Wait! You're telling me she used magic to beat me?
Hey, will you keep it down a little bit? That's right, Shiro and I both noticed when we saw your game at the tavern.
Don't you mean I noticed?
Don't sweat the small stuff, sis.
So that's what it does then! That special secret tool of yours is for detecting magic, isn't it? So how'd they do it? What kind of magic did that elf use?
No idea, Sugar Pants. Magic's amazing, isn't it? If she could change cards when they're face down, we could never prove it. Under normal circumstances, there's essentially no way to beat her.
Why do you think we didn't challenge her before?
Look, Steph, I'll break it down as simply as I can for you. First of all, this round-robin style tournament to become king is pretty jacked up to begin with. Let's say a country partners up with an humanity with the promise of becoming king. From there on, they can manipulate the games. They'll play against other humanities who also can't detect magic, so it's a guaranteed win. Now that they've got a puppet king, they can pretty much do whatever the heck they want with Elkia. The plan's so simple, even a baby could have dreamt it up. But then, guess what the other countries start thinking?
So what do you think we should do now?
There's nothing to worry about. He's just another humanity. Even if he's probably getting help from another race, so am I. It's not like I didn't expect this.
Kurami, do you really think you'll be able to handle playing the games without me?
I'll be fine.
So you really think it's possible that Kurami has convinced herself that we're getting help from another race?
Yeah, by now she probably realizes that Elkia is caught in a diplomatic war between other nations.
Then we're in luck! She can't use magic again since she'll think other races will be watching. Aha! So she'll have to play fair and square, and it'll be impossible for her to cheat using magic!
It's all sunshine and flowers in your head!
Just crush my optimism, why don't you?
I'm sure they expected it. Another country was bound to intervene. But I'll bet this time they'll use some spell or mind trick we can't detect.
If we can't even spot the regular tricks, then we're totally doomed!
They'll lay out a game that looks fair on the surface, so it doesn't seem completely hopeless. But they won't use their magic directly on us, like screwing with our vision or memories, because it'll be too obvious. In other words, it won't be completely impossible to win.
So is that supposed to make me feel better?
As long as there's some path to victory, no matter how small.
Then you can bet your sweet Fanny that Blank won't lose.
There you go.
Let me be honest with you guys. The only reason I struck a deal with the elves was to secure a place for humanity to live after I've won the tournament. Once we've acquired a fair amount of territory, I'll cut ties with the elves for good.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez.
I know she's dumb, but you didn't have to say it out loud, sis. So, we might be spies, and yet you're still telling us your plan. Cuckoo!
Think about it. The only way for us to survive is to win the right to live under the protection of a powerful nation, give up on games, and close off our borders. There's no other choice. Right, little princess? You of all people should understand that.
Well,
What's more, Elvengard currently comprises the largest nation in the world, and not a single race has been able to defeat their magic. It's impossible for you to beat me, so it's in your best interest just to withdraw from the game. I swear to all humanity that I won't let the elves make me their puppet.
Sora.
Okay, not a bad plan. We live quietly under another nation's wing. Sounds pretty promising.
Doesn't it? That's why you should withdraw. We can all let
But I
everyone
refuse! You know one of the things Blank loves best? Telling people no and shutting them down when they think they've already won the game. Then telling them they can go screw themselves! Number 4 on our list of things we always wanted to say someday! Sweet, we did
Yeah,
it!
we're so awesome.
It appears that reasoning with you is a waste of time. Then just as you wish, I will make you yield by force. It's your funeral.
But Sora, why not?
Why what?
That plan she was just talking about. It kind of makes sense given the desperate situation we're in.
Steph, look, don't you think it's about time you learn to stop being so trusting of people? Huh? For one, what proof do we have that anything she said is even true? Second, if she's so confident that she can win, then why did she ask us to withdraw? And third, even if anything she said was true, I could be a spy from another country and anyone dumb enough to spill their plans shouldn't be ruling. Okay, fourth, if we play along and she does any digging on us, we're totally screwed. Comprende?
Wow, you really put a lot of thought into that speech, didn't you?
Look, those are just details. Don't sell humanity short. We're better than that. Chess?
That's right. But this isn't your normal game of chess. Each piece has a will of its own. Give them orders and they'll move. Think of them as your own personal army.
So that's how this works. Shira, what's the plan?
Chess is no different than a game of tic-tac-toe.
So, it's cool if we rotate mid-game, right?
Sora.
I'm not trying to be difficult, but the two of us count as a single player. Plus, you seem to be pretty familiar with this game already, whereas we don't have a clue. Cheese!
They'll never figure this out. You may do whatever you wish.
But why? Do you think I'm going to lose?
Hey, don't take it personally. Hell would freeze over before you ever lost a game of chess. But this isn't the game you're used to. And don't forget, combined, we're a single player. Blank is both of us.
You're right, I know. I'll be careful.
Let's go.
Right.
Finished with your little chat? I'll let you make the first move.
And the game is officially underway.
Ashente!
Kurumi.
D2 to D4.
Chess favors the first player. If both players always pick their best moves, then the first player has a higher chance of winning.
What the?
There's no way she's not aware of that fact.
G7. Advance.
But it moved 3 spaces. That isn't fair.
Weren't you listening? In this game, the pieces have wills entirely of their own.
Now I get it. The players' traits affect their moves. Stuff like charisma and one's potential leadership skills.
You're a quick learner. It's the perfect game to decide the next king, don't you think?
Knight, please move to C3.
Now, F7. Forward.
Just forward? That's kind of vague. What kind of move is that supposed to be?
Just shut up and watch.
E2 to E4.
F5. Forward
Let's
to
not
take her
forget.
piece.
Once Shiro's deep into a game, her concentration is unbreakable. That's how. Even my little sister has the power to defeat a god.
Queen to h5. Check.
Wow, Shiro's amazing! Even with Kurumi sidestepping the rules, Shiro's totally destroying her!
It's not that amazing when you think about it. Take a game of shogi, for example. It's entirely possible for a top player to defeat their opponent using nothing but their king and pawns. Simply bypassing a few rules isn't enough to defeat a true master.
F2, move to F4.
However...
F2, move to F4.
Wait, why isn't it moving?
I knew this would happen.
Mind filling me in?
What's different about this chess game is that sometimes the pieces won't move.
What?
No soldier would willingly put themselves in a situation that would result in their death. They either need a fantastic leader or extraordinarily high morale.
But that means...
Correct. She's incapable of sacrificing any of her pieces.
Better make your move. Otherwise, you're going to run out of time.
Now knight, take h7. A2, move to a3.
Bishop forward. Hurry and take out the opponent's knight.
And knight, take h5. D4 to d5. A3. Bishop. I'm sorry,
Shiro.
Sora. I can't do it. I'm really, really sorry.
Sora. Shiro. Sora?
Attention, all forces! As your king, I hereby declare, those who fight bravely will be heroes and win the right to get it on with any woman they love! Also, all you soldiers fighting on the front line, if we win, you will be relieved of any further military duties. I'll make sure that you're exempt from paying taxes, and you'll be handsomely compensated by your country. Therefore, fellow virgins, you must not die! And to all of you who have family and other loved ones back home, I promise you will all come back alive!
You can't really promise them that!
Thanks to you, I realized this game wasn't real chess. We gotta think of it as a strategy game. I'll take it from here. But if I start losing it, feel free to jump in, okay? Now watch, because games like this are totally my specialty. Attention! Pawn Squad 6! The enemy's moving from the front line! Strike first and cut them off!
He can't do that!
Now, Cavalry Squad 2! The pawn's made an opening, so move in! King and Queen, listen up! Hurry and move your asses to the front line!
Hey, wait a minute! It's supposed to be my turn!
Sorry, but in a real war, what fool waits for their enemy's turn?
Pawn Squad! Advance and form a defensive wall!
Ha! See that? Just a couple of cowardly monarchs hiding themselves behind their own soldiers! What kind of ruler lets their men die on the front line while they sit behind and watch?
Ignore him!
Listen, soldiers. Listen, friends. This battle decides the outcome of Velkia. Of humanity! This city represents the final bastion for our people, and the fate of everyone now rests in your hands. Open your eyes. Do you honestly want to risk your lives and your people's future by handing over the crown to some shifty charlatan like her? But if we come together and win, then she will be your queen. This girl who mere moments ago gathered all of her courage in her little heart to march you towards victory. This girl who is crying on the inside because you wrongly accused her of being a merciless tyrant. And you bastards call yourselves men?
What is this? Where'd this power come from?
Proud knights, bishops, and rooks, now is your chance. Prove to me that you live up to your ranks. Give the pawn support and crush the enemy's defenses.
This can't be happening. It's impossible.
Should be, right? I figured you're using elf magic to force the morale of your troops higher. It would be easy to just claim you have more charisma than we do. Who wouldn't? It's not like anyone could prove it. Unfortunately, you made one giant mistake.
And what was that?
Throughout all of history, the wisest of kings know that an army will not obey oppressive or tyrannical rule. People will only fight for what they believe is truly right. And in this world, there is only one thing that is absolutely truly right.
What is he talking about?
The one eternal truth, the one virtue to rule the whole world, is cuteness! Cute is the world! Our instincts and desires are driven by it, and for it, we'll give everything! Sorry, but that's just the way us men are!
But that's ridiculous! I still don't know which race is helping them, so if I do this, they might find me out. But I have no choice.
Now, kings, move forward to E6! What the heck just happened to that piece?
This is bad. Everyone retreat! All forces pull back! The enemy's using brainwashing magic!
He knows.
Can someone explain this to me, please?
Don't
I'm
let
okay
the
for
opponent
now.
touch you. Get that
They
out
don't
of
know
here!
how I'm doing it. As long as they can't prove that I'm cheating, then I win.
Now, all forces advance!
Oh crap! Crap! I royally screwed this one up! I thought she had only one cheat up her sleeve and disregarded any other possibilities! I can't believe I made the same mistake I was just lecturing Steph about! What, were the stakes not high enough for me or something? I'm better than this!
Sora.
Off with the enemy king's head! Finish him, my queen. And that's checkmate.
Queen, wait!
Sora!
Oh, my queen. I beg you, put down your sword. To me, you're beautiful!
Say what?
My queen, my dear love, please search deep within your heart. Do you truly find any value in that so-called king's service? She brainwashes her soldiers, abusing and using them like expendable tools. Then she forces you to lead the assault, unworthy of your sword. I beg you to reconsider this. Please think of your people. Think of the kingdom that you've sworn to protect. When it comes to dating games, there's nobody, and I mean nobody out there that's better than me.
Way to go! Looks like we've got their queen! He figured a way out!
Not yet.
Huh?
The enemy's using some kind of magic that lets them brainwash others just by touching them. Stealing one piece from their side and adding it to our ranks won't be enough to change anything.
It won't?
Alright, a virgin like you can sweet talk a chess piece. Surely you can find a way out of this mess. We caught her off guard. Maybe if we wait, she'll make a sloppy mistake. No, that might even be worse. Maybe I should hurry and make the next move. Damn it! What should I do? I royally screwed the pooch on this one. How the hell am I gonna fix this?
Sora,
Shiro?
the two of us are blank. We'll be fine.
Stay strong. Don't back down.
Now, Knight, I want you to advance and eliminate that traitor queen!
That's it!
What's wrong? Come on, move it!
Jackpot! This is how we're gonna win! Shiro, you focus on commanding the army. Keep them moving so we don't get brainwashed.
Piece of cake.
You finally have a plan?
Listen up, Steph. You don't always have to lift your sword to fight a battle, understand?
Huh?
There's always more than one way to win a game.
What is this? What have you done to him?
King, a foolish king, to be so cruel as to give your servant the order to slay his own queen? And now you tremble with rage, with not a word or explanation to your loyal followers? My queen, I cannot ask you, or the knights who lowered their swords out of love for you, to take those same weapons and wield them against their comrades. But it is now clear, your beloved king has been struck by madness. I believe that you are the only one who can lead your people now. Alas, the king is mad! He must be brought to justice! My queen, the decision is in your hands. Excellent choice, my queen! My brave, honorable queen! You and your righteous warriors saw the truth through the enemy's nefarious illusions. Now rise against your oppressor and usher in peace!
Wait a minute. Is this?
A revolt.
Oh,
The appearance of a third force. Rebellion.
then Sora planned all this?
I told you. I'd win without having to fight.
Win without having to fight?
Yes, of course. The one who inherits the throne must have a special sort of wisdom, my dear Stephanie. I believe it will take a creative approach to save Elkia from its current plight.
Yeah, but
As you know, we humanity are the weakest race in Disboard. And that's why we must find our own unique way of facing those who are stronger than us. We must be clever. Well, that's what your grandpa thinks anyway.
I understand.
Surely there's someone out there with the wisdom to save Elkia. Some brave soul who knows how to turn their weakness into strength.
Could it be?
Hear me out. We do not seek bloodshed. We seek what all men seek. Peace and the right to live our lives freely.
All forces, assist the Red Queen's men now. Good. Surround them. Don't let a single man fall.
Why, you spineless traitors!
Oh, the red pieces are protecting them.
Yep. To the black pieces, it's like a protest. Will they be able to kill their former comrades?
I can't believe this. They beat my elf magic? What race could possibly be helping them cheat? There's no way I can let someone like him take over this country.
Hey, crazy king lady. Didn't you know? You still have some options here. In real war, the battle doesn't always have to end with the king being killed. But you know you're not coming out on top. Surrender.
This is how you win without fighting. Sora!
Surrender? I won't let you get away with this. I earned this country, and it will belong to me. All forces, sacrifice your lives to slay the enemy king. Go forth and destroy every last traitor. March!
Sora, we backed her too far into a corner. She's lost it.
Yeah, I know.
This is worse than before. There's no such thing as a peaceful solution after all.
That's why I did it.
Sora,
Oppression, rule by fear, dictatorships. People never learn. Throughout history, for whatever reason, the lives of tyrants always seem to end the same way. Assassination at the hands of someone close to them. It happens without fail. Sorry about that. I guess our world just isn't as friendly as yours is. When it comes to war and murder, I'm afraid we have way more experience than you do.
And the victory goes to the challenger, Team Brave!
Your dear old grandpa believes with all his heart that someone will rise to the challenge. Someone who understands true strength through their limitations and knows how to use the strengths of others to their advantage. This person will come to be the hope and the potential of humanity.
Potential?
Oh, I knew that dress would suit you, my dear.
So did I pull it off? I mean, this is the kind of strategy your grandpa believed in, isn't it?
More or less.
I think the old man was onto something, so I hope I did him justice. And now no one will call him a fool. I hope.
Thank you! Thank you so much! This means everything to me! Sora! Shiro!
there, Steph.
What kind of trick did you use?
Trick?
Don't play dumb. You may be clever, but there's no way that humanity could beat elf magic unaided.
Why, thank you. I am quite clever, aren't I?
You should be glad.
Huh?
To be perfectly honest, I didn't think that your idea of getting the elves to rule alongside humanity was such a bad one, really.
Then why did
Because your attitude towards humanity is crap. Doesn't the idea that we can't survive without elves' protection seem a bit self-deprecating to you?
Hold on.
You can't see that the humanity have their own way of doing things. That's why you lost. You were so stuck up on the idea that we had some imaginary spell going on that you couldn't see our merits for what they were.
Stop saying things like that. Humans can't defeat magic. It's just not possible.
If that's what you think, that's fine. I guess you just can't see your own potential. But listen, it doesn't matter whether we're up against elves or gods. Blank never loses a fight. You got that? Don't underestimate humanity. Whoa! Oh, shit!
Do you have any idea how much trouble I went through to get the elf to help me? Do you?
Wait,
It was really
look.
dumb! I didn't underestimate anyone, I was serious!
Sora, look what you did. You made her cry.
This is my fault?
Look, I know you're still a virgin and all, but can't you even talk to girls?
Come on!
Now, this gentleman standing before us, Sora, is the new winner of the tournament for the crown. Before I go on, is there anyone to challenge him? Very well. Then in accordance with the final wish of our former king, I crown Sora the new king of Elkia.
Hold it!
What the? This again?
It's not Sora, it's Blank. The both of us are Blank together, you see. So you got two kings.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid that won't do.
Huh?
The 10 pledges require us to specify a designated representative. A single representative.
Then we'll split it up, I guess. I'll be the king in name only.
Objection!
Huh?
If you become king by yourself, then you're gonna make a harem. You won't need me anymore.
A harem?
What are they even talking about?
It's going to be name only. I will be the king. It's all the same, isn't it?
All right, then, fine. I'll start over.
Objection! Now, wait a second, dear sister. It's rare for you to make a joke like that. Are pigs about to fly?
Watch out. I mean it.
Very well, then. I guess we'll just have to play a game, won't we? Better prepare yourself. Because there's no way I'll lose. Just one more round. Admit defeat already, would you?
You're the big dummy who said 2 wins in a row.
What's wrong? With there being more than one king anyway, huh?
Sora, hold on and take a look at this. Pledge number 7. Conflicts between groups will be conducted by an appointed representative with absolute authority.
We were both representatives, so we both have authority? Okay, that took a hell of a lot longer than it needed to.
Yep, it's your fault for not paying more attention to the rules in the first place.
You're turning red.
Well, duh. I mean, she's half naked, isn't she?
It's because I took her panties.
Did you have to tell him that? Why are you making me wear this stuff?
Because we're all wearing fantasy costumes.
Well, I'm totally digging the 2D effects on her skirt right now.
What does that even mean? Anyway, you guys need to do your job, okay? Since we haven't had a king for so long, our domestic affairs are a mess.
You handle the internal stuff. Hey, I'm trying to do a no-item run. Would you quit using traps?
It works better this way.
This won't do it all. Unfortunately, due to the decline of Elkia, rumors have been spreading that some of the ministers are collaborating with other nations. As the new king, you need to make sure that they
That's
don't...
all? Easy solution. In line with the pledges, we'll play rock, paper, scissors, and you're gonna lose on purpose. I'm scissors, you're paper. Whoever loses will be forbidden from presenting false reports or arbitrary messages from here on out. Do you understand?
We're taking advantage of the wording in the pledges. Now there won't be any more spies.
All right, let's go.
As you can see, with things being how they are, our region is in dire need of provisions.
Right. Yeah, okay. In that case, here's what you're gonna need to do.
Yes, sir?
Let's see. We'll introduce crop rotation-based agriculture. You'll have one field with...
Wheat, root crops, barley, and room for pastures.
You'll rotate the crops in that order.
Yes, sir.
Treasury bonds?
I'll give you the details later. You'll issue these bonds and make the banks buy them. That'll make a budget.
Yes, sir.
Now we just sit back for a few turns and see how things go.
Just who are you two anyway? You handled all those problems so easily.
Steph, I'm the type of player who does all the boring stuff at once when I play Civ. Good thing I downloaded a ton of reference text while studying for quiz games.
That's not fair, Sora. You're cheating.
Don't call me a cheater. Not when we're in a world where cheating means manipulating the playing field with magic.
It looks like they're ready.
All right, I guess this is it.
It's beginning.
Wait a minute! Are you really wearing that?
Why not? Gotta be comfortable to do my job, don't I?
Sora,
If you're ready, then let's do this. Hey-ho!
Sora, you're freaking out.
Shut up! I'm just as scared of crowds as you are. I'm just better at faking it. Huh? My beloved citizens. No, my fellow humans. We, humanity, live in a world where war is forbidden. And yet, despite this fact, we have managed to lose almost all of our lands to our neighboring nations, save Elkia, our final stronghold. So I ask you now, is it because our last king failed us? Because we are the lowest ranked of all the races? Because we can't use magic? Because we are fated to die helpless? Not a chance. No way! In the ancient war, the gods, the elves, the war beasts, and all the other races battled against each other. And we not only fought amongst them, we lived to survive to this day. Do you ever ask yourself, how was it that this whole continent was once ruled by humans? Is it because we are a race that specialized in violence? We can't use magic like the elves. We're not physically strong like the war beasts, nor do we have the longevity of the Flugel. So then, what made us able to conquer this land? We must have been warriors, right? Nay, my brethren, we were able to survive and to fight because we are weak. In every era, in every place, the strong sharpen their fangs while the weak sharpen their intellect. Then why are we in such danger now? It's because the 10 pledges have broken the fangs of the strong, and they have learned to sharpen their minds just as we had to out of necessity. Now the wisdom, the strategies that we, the weak, once monopolized, the power to beat all the odds, the strong have gained them all. That's what brought us to this state. Now answer me this. What makes you bow your heads like that? Did you hear me? Why do you bow your heads? You should be proud to be weak. We are the weak, just as we have always been. Don't you see? Nothing has changed at all. True, the stronger races may imitate our weapons, but they will never master them. Why, you ask? Because at the heart of our strength lies a fearful anxiety born of our most humiliating weaknesses. This fear has given us the insight to not only escape from magic, but to learn its secrets. It has given us the wisdom of experience, because we must predict the future to survive. I say it once more. Be proud to be weak. We are the noble weak who have, throughout history, torn out the throats of those fools who sit idly by and boast of their strength. I hereby declare, as Elkia's 205th king,
And its queen, too.
that we will rule this kingdom together.
It's here! Each leader of each race is given their own jewel. The race piece.
We hereby declare we'll live as the weak, protect our weak brethren, and we will use our wisdom to make the strong bow before us. We are as we once were, and as we will always be. Hear this, my people. You are part of a long legacy, the wisest of the races, one that can become anything, because we came into this world with nothing. Now let's begin this game. You've suffered enough, haven't you? You've endured enough humiliation, right? It all ends now. Are you ready, humanity? As of this moment, my country, Elkia, will officially be declaring war on the rest of the world.
What?
Let's show them what we're made of. We'll take back our land and everything else too.
What in the world do you think you're doing?
Oh my god, would you relax already?
You're acting all crazy.
How can I be calm at a time like this, declaring war? Are you two trying to destroy this country or something?
Could you please at least try to think before you open your pretty mouth? How are the other nations going to view the fact that we took out the elves?
They'll think we're backed by someone really powerful. See?
Yeah, but still.
Which means, until they know who that mysterious race is,
They won't be able to attack us?
yep, everybody's gonna start suspecting everybody else, and they'll all end up doing nothing.
That's why we took the risk of declaring war.
And in the meantime, we'll be able to shore up the home front at our leisure. Cool, huh?
They put that much thought into it. Blank. Maybe those two really can do it.
So we've gone from our tiny bedroom to a crappy inn to Steph's room and now the royal chambers. This one's gonna be the hardest to relax in.
The Flugel.
Huh? Possessing great longevity and superior magical capability, this angelic race lives on the giant floating phantasma, Avantheim.
Their insatiable thirst for knowledge compels them to challenge others for books from all over the world.
I bet we could get one of those guys to come over to our side. We've got knowledge from another world, after all.
What was that?
Sora.
Well, looks like things are starting to get fun, huh?
It's that kid who thinks he's God.
Oh, please. I don't just think that I'm God. I am God, silly. And you should call me Tet, remember?
Not again!
How do you like it? My world, I mean. Are you enjoying it so far?
Sure, I like your style, kid. Might be nice if the god from our world was as hands-on as you.
Yeah?
But our enemies can use magic, something we can't do at all. Our only remaining territory is one city. Our situation is appallingly bad. And to protect the name of Blank, we can't lose a single game. That's the world we're in. What do you think?
It's great.
Isn't it?
Well, awesome. I guess it was a good idea to bring the two of you here after all. But know this. I don't favor any individual race. I'm usually not so hands-on myself. Although, remember what I said. Everything in this world is decided by games.
I see. In other words, even the title of one true god is decided by a game.
You got it. That's why I set it up so that there were exactly 16 races.
Each side on a chessboard has 16 pieces. So I guess defeating all the races gives you the right to challenge God, huh?
I love the way your brain works. You guys catch on to how things work here so quick, it's hard to believe you came from another world.
Why, thank you, God dude. But hey, careful what you wish for. Don't forget that it's Blank's policy to be #1 in whatever game we play.
And that attitude is exactly why I was certain that you wouldn't be able to resist the temptation to challenge me.
Now wait a minute. You do recall that you lost to us once already, right?
I do. That's why I won't lose next time.
Hey, God Kid.
You can call me Tet.
Okay, Tet. You'd never lost before, had you? The god of play was so very, very upset at his first loss, he just had to bring us here. Am I wrong?
Interesting. What makes you think that?
'Cause I get it. I know where you're coming from, bro. You see, Blank doesn't lose. But we've lost to each other more times than I can count.
You are not allowed to quit while you're ahead.
Oh boy, was I ever right to choose you two crazy kids. That's right, I don't want you dropping out of the game, and I do want a rematch. Are you disappointed that's the reason I brought you here?
No way. I'm actually relieved it's not some lame-ass reason like saving humanity or something along those lines.
Well, I'm gonna head back then. Bye-bye!
Hey, Ted! Thanks a lot for dragging us into this world. Like, I think this is where we really belong.
Thanks a bunch. We owe you.
See you around! Next time on the chessboard!
Wait, so that's Ted? Sora! Shiro! Hey, don't tell me that kid was actually the one true god!
Yeah? Why do you ask?
Well, are you serious? You said you'd beat
Baby, the one I thought so amazing. You drove me crazy. I would've done it all for you, but then I seen that you fucking played me. Suddenly everything was hazy. Couldn't understand why my love wasn't fading. Girl, you made me contemplate it, sit and wait, and made myself start hating for everything I did and every single drink. Now I gotta think, why the fuck were we ever together? And realize, bitch, yeah, forever was never. I wanna give you something, so I wrote you this letter, trying to finish it off since we broke up that December. I don't wanna lose, I was meant to be a winner. Now I'm here standing while I'm holding my chin up. Memories of the bad me giving you the finger, and all I can say, girl, is you just a big cunt.